Well, hello there. You guys, it is me, Natalie Butler. I am the captain of Avon's Team Believers and future goal leader with Avon. And today I actually want to come to you with a daily method of operation. So, for those of you who are working closely with me, you probably already heard this before, but I felt like it was very important to actually break this down and explain it for anyone that is new and they're hopping on the actual team. So, for those of you who have never spoken to me before, I'll give you a brief background story about me. I rejoined Avon back on November 16th, 2015. Okay. And I've been with the company ever since then. And when I actually started with Avon, you guys, I did not start off with my warm market. It was actually a personal preference of mine. So I did not go to my family. I did not go to my friends. Honestly, when I first started with Avon, my whole goal was to get the girls together and have like girls' night and have fun and things like that. And then a part of me was kind of like, I don't really know. Like I was like, okay. And then the feds came to me and it was like, girl, you owe us $973 per month. And I was like, oh, I need to step my game up. And working at that time, I was like, I don't want to use my full time check to pay for this student loan every month. So I was like, well, let me get my stuff together and actually let me start working this Avon business. So for that reason, I knew that I had to step it up. I had to actually hustle and I had to get out here and meet new people. So, of course, I was doing a lot of things when I first got started, you guys. I was going to different businesses, leaving brochures there, here, this, and the third. However, as you actually learn and you grow, you become a little bit more effective. So, with that being said, now I am focusing primarily online. So, a lot of the tips and things that I have is going to be for you online that you can do in an hour per day. Okay. And this is going to help you build a solid business. Okay. And I want to stress the importance of solid business for the simple reason that I'm in Chicago. I don't know exactly where you're located, but right now they said that Chicago and parts of the Midwest are colder than the Antarctic, okay? Or is it Antarctica? I don't know. It's like cold as ever here, you guys. It's like I checked and it was like below 20. So for that reason, I'm not going outside delivering nobody's orders. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. It's below 20. I'm not about to risk getting sick to deliver an order. And I hate to say it like that, but you guys, these are things that you have to consider, right? You have to, when you are launching a business and when you're starting a business, you need to make sure that you are doing things that you would continue to want to do. You have to make sure that you can repeat those actions because consistency is going to be key with any type of business. It's not do it one time today and never ever do it again and you think that you're going to have a consistent business or a strong business. You need to be consistent every single day. And so for me and my lifestyle, it was online, okay? Now, you can actually apply these tips as well, at least the daily method of operation. You can apply that to face to face if you do want to focus primarily on face to face. Like the good thing about this opportunity, you all, is that you can do face to face, you can do online, or you can do a combination of both. I prefer the online scene. When it comes to face to face, that is primarily for my makeup customers. So if they're looking for a makeover or if they actually need somebody to teach them how to apply makeup, then I'm your girl. And one thing that I really do like about this opportunity with Avon is because there are so many different categories that you can pick and choose what category is going to fit your style and build your personal brand from. So I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but it has actually helped open up more doors for me. So I went from just selling Avon to becoming a trusted beauty advisor. Like people are like, Natalie, I need you to match me with a foundation. Natalie, I need you to come up and do this makeup. And I was like, what? And then like, I'm gonna pay you extra too. So I was like, what? So it's opened up so many doors. So just never shortchange the opportunity. And of course, with all of the resources that we have available for you, it can help you get to whatever point that you're trying to get to. So let's actually just hop right into this actual training. I think the very first thing that we need to go over is what is very important. And it's important for us to realize that sales is all about relationships. So a lot of people say, oh, I hate sales. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be this. And a lot of times when they say that, they're thinking about the spammy type of person, the person that's constantly begging for sales. They're thinking about the used car salesman that comes over to you trying to sell you a 1999 Yukon for $50,000. Like they're thinking about the person, they're thinking about the high pressure type of environment when truthfully, most sales is not like that. Um, most of us are actually selling something each and every single day without realizing it. So when you go to a restaurant and that restaurant is very good, you refer that restaurant to another person, right? You're like, oh my God, I just went over here, had some Italian sausages or whatever this case, you got to go over there. So now your friend just went to that place and that restaurant just generated money. You just sold that restaurant to your friend. So the sale is all about just building a relationship. When people know, like, and trust you, they are more likely to take into consideration your recommendation. And that's all the sales process is. It's all about just speaking with people and communicating with people. And so I've been online for a while, you guys, as you see, 2015. And with that being said, one of the mistakes that I made very early on, and one of the mistakes I see a lot of people making currently, is trying to come up with the best ads, the best sales pitch, not realizing, like, okay, you're talking to your friends and family. Like, when do you ever walk up to your friends and family with a sales pitch? So it's all about just being a real person, being personable, being relatable, and having fun with this. So you want to build relationships. Like I said before, I did not start off with my warm market, but I started with a code. But you want to build relationships, right? Not only will you generate leads and sales, but you'll get loyal customers. So that's something that I struggled with when I very first got started, you guys. When I first got started, it was the hustle and bustle. I need to get this, I need to get that, I need to get that. And what was happening was I just became an order taker. Oh, you want this lipstick? Okay, I'll order that lipstick. Oh, you want this? I'll order that. And so it wasn't an actual true relationship. And I also learned from speaking with other people. So when they moved or when they stopped, feeling like it was convenient for them, they would just go find another Avon representative, right? And so I struggled with gaining loyal customers originally, right? I would luck up and get a customer here and get a customer there. But now that I'm actually building relationships with people, I am a trusted advisor. I'm the friend as well, right? Your girl Natalie got your back. So they are coming back to me over and over again. Like, you guys, my reorder rates with my customers are like somewhere between 80 to 88%. Like, literally, most of my sales come from repeat customers, and it helps. I do get new customers too, but like, once I get that new customer, guess what? We talking about what we gonna do next. So they become a repeat customer. Okay. So that is the difference between having a one-time customer and having a repeat customer, is the actual relationship. So this is why I don't do a lot of copy and paste. This is why I don't do a lot of code messaging. This is why I don't just start every conversation off like, hey girl, you want to buy from me? Because it doesn't give people the opportunity to know you, to understand what you're passionate about, to understand if you truly know what you're talking about. Okay. So let's talk about this consistent growth for a second here. There's two ways that you can actually build your business. One is actively and the second one is passively. Okay. And a lot of people, they do one or the other. And I'm going to tell you, you need both. Okay. You need both. So active is where you are reaching out to people and you are prospecting. This is when you're initiating a conversation with a person. This is when you are calling somebody. This is when you're texting somebody. This is when you are private messaging or direct messaging somebody. That is active, okay? So now what you need to remember when you are actively reaching out to people is to always treat people like people. No one likes to feel sold, right? Like, think about when you go to the mall and everybody's approaching you. They're trying to sell you curling irons. They're trying to sell you perfume. And like, you like hurry up and walk past because you're really just trying to get there so you can pay your T-Mobile phone bill, right? So you're like, okay, get out my face and move. You want to make sure that you're treating people like people. Don't just hit them up like, hey, I got something for you to buy, because they're probably not going to be interested. Like, even if they needed the product, they're probably not going to be interested just because of your approach. So with that being said, you do not want to code message and you do not want to copy and paste, right? I see this so many times is, hey girl, oh, I'm doing this challenge, I'm doing this, and you just hit somebody up that you've probably never spoken to, or someone that you have not spoken to in the last 6 to 12 months, and you're showing them that they're just a number to them, like to you, because you don't really care how they're doing, you don't really care what they've been up to. and it just lacks originality. Like, we're all online, so most likely they've probably already seen those type of posts, so it really just doesn't work. Like, I've seen people cold message their warm market and then wonder why their warm market just turned cold, right? Like, why would you treat somebody you know like a stranger? All right. So then, passive way. So passive is when you actually have people reaching out to you. Now, this is usually done by attraction marketing, you guys. So with that being said, it's where you are telling your personal story or you're sharing a testimonial of someone else. Or it could also be curiosity posts. Curiosity posts are pretty much where you're pretty much just hinting towards the benefit of the product. So it's something that the product has helped you with, and it has people saying, what are you using, what is it, like, I want to know more, right? So this is where people are like, okay girl, tell me, I need the deets. All right, so that's two ways to do it. So I personally love both ways, telling a personal story or sharing a testimonial. Your personal story does not have to be very long, you guys. Like, you don't have to write like a 10-page essay or anything like that. It could be as short as 2 sentences, a paragraph, or whatever, right? So let's get into it. So you're gonna be actively reaching out to people, and then you also want people reaching out to you. So that way you're not depending upon one upon another. It's just gonna be consistent growth, y'all. So this is my attraction marketing formula. I call it the BEAD formula, okay? So the B stands for build an audience. You want to build an audience of like-minded people. You want to build an audience of people with whom you can connect. So I'm going to talk about how can you find those actual people a little bit later. E, engage with the audience. So when I first got started, I made this very same mistake, you guys, where I was just adding people. Well, actually tying back into B as well, right? While I was building an audience. Y'all, I was just one big mistake. Let me just put it like that. So pretty much I was adding people and I never ever talked to that person. Like, I'm so ashamed to admit it now, but like literally I had added somebody from over a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, and never ever spoke to them. Like, how are people going to support your business, or how are people going to purchase from you if they don't even necessarily know what you do? Like, if they don't even talk to you, how are they going to do that? So I was adding people and I never ever communicated with them. You guys, literally, I had people that were watching what I was doing. They were very intrigued, very interested, but I never even initiated a conversation with them. And they joined Avon, and they joined underneath somebody else, and then they would reach out to me for help. And I was like, oh, okay. So it was just like a missed opportunity for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You live and you learn. So you want to make sure that you are engaging with this audience. This is why it's going to be key that you are building an audience of like-minded people. Like I said, when I first got started, I was adding any and everybody, and I realized at that point that was pretty much bad for me, because some people were just like sucking the energy and the life out of me. So I had to cut those connections off. The A, attract the audience with your post. So that was the attraction, that was the passive standpoint that I was just discussing with your curiosity post or your story post or your testimonial. Okay. And D, develop a deeper relationship. This is privately. So depending upon your social media platform, Facebook is going to be private message, Instagram or Twitter is going to be a DM. So direct message, it goes down in the DM. Okay. And so you want to actually develop a deeper relationship with people. So don't just constantly say hi, 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 or cute, cute, cute. Okay, sis. Like, don't just keep saying that. You actually want to talk to people. You want to learn a little bit more about them, right? You want to, because as you're talking to them, you're going to get to learn a little bit more about them. They're going to open up to you. And then you can actually see if it's a possibility that you can help them with either the product or the service. And then also, if you are making these attraction marketing type of posts, you guys, people are going to be reaching out to you. So instead of trying to sell them on the actual post, you want to have them in your direct message or in your inbox. The reason being is because you can deeper the relationship. You can ask questions that they may not feel comfortable asking or answering in public, right? Like, if it's on your post, maybe they don't want everybody to know that they have acne. Maybe they don't want everybody to know that they have stretch marks. You see what I'm saying? So you want to get them in your actual inbox, okay? Now, the actual daily method of operation, because that's what we're all here for, right? So these are five, is that, no, that's six. Six things that you want to do consistently every single day, okay? Six things that you want to do. Number one thing that you want to do is every single day, the moment that you wake up, they say your very first hour that you're awake is going to determine your day. So the very first day or the very first moment that you wake up, right? Multitask if you have to, right? I don't care if you're brushing your teeth in the shower. I want you to take 10 to 15 minutes for personal development, okay? Strengthen your mind, learn a new skill, overcome limiting beliefs, right? Or, if you got longer than 10 to 15 minutes, exercise. It's good for your mind. It's good for your body. It's good for your soul. It's good for you, baby. Right? Like sometimes when I exercise, you guys, I get these new thoughts and they're so amazing. They're so wonderful. And then I come back and share them with you. So 10 to 15 minutes per day when you first wake up. You guys, spend that on personal development. If you got a book, if you're listening to a podcast, if you are not listening to a podcast, you can always tune into my podcast, which is the Boss Lab. And of course, I'm going to be sharing something with you every single week. But you want to spend 10 to 15 minutes on personal development. Second thing that you want to do, going back to passive, right? When we're talking about attraction marketing, is you want to create a post to attract people to you. So I always talk about POP, which is post on purpose. It's not on this slide. I'm kind of mad that I left it out, but you want to either educate, entertain, or empower. Every single thing that you do is intentional, you guys. You want to be intentional with your business. So create that powerful post, right? You want to empower, educate, or entertain. That is your passive. Remember, a post a day will keep leads coming your way. Like you want to make sure that you are active on that social media platform. You cannot post on December 12th and then your next post is on February 12th and you wondering where everybody at. Next thing, you want to add 3 to 5 new friends or connections per day. Where do you get these new people from? Special interest groups, pages, events, or the Discover feature if you're on Facebook. So groups, these are groups where you actually have an interest in the whatever it is. So if you like cooking, if you like sewing, if you want to learn more about those things, join them. Pages, if there's somebody that you like to follow, like a prominent figure, like maybe it's Tony Robbins or Oprah Winfrey or Jada Pickett Smith, right? Connect with those people who you are truly interested in. This way you guys have something in common, right? This is an easy groundbreaker, is the fact that y'all got something in common. Events. So I like to use events as well, you guys, because it helps me find people that are local to me. So, or some events, some events are actually virtual as well. But if it's something that you have in common with people, you want to make sure that you can actually connect with them. And then Discover. You guys, I'm actually going to show you a couple of these daily method of operation steps like live so you can see. And the Discover feature, by the way, I did not see this on my iPad. However, this is why it helps to have multiple platforms and devices. I did notice it on the Android phone on my Samsung Note, and I also noticed it on Facebook website as well, okay? So that's a great way to find people. It actually tells you what you have in common. And then the next step here, talk to 5 new people per day. So as I said before, I was adding people and I never ever talked to them. And then I was still a bit nervous. So guess what? I started talking to the same people all the time. Like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna talk to this person, this person, this person. And I would just never ever mix it up. I would never speak to new people. And so it's still pretty much the same thing. So you want to make sure that you're actually talking to the people that you add. If you're not talking to them, there's literally no point in actually adding them. Okay. Then you want to present your business, whether it be the opportunity, this is going to be based upon your conversation, or the products, to 3 people per day. Okay, 3 people per day. So sometimes what I like to do, you guys, is I talk about working out because I am now trying to get healthier. So I say, okay, girl, I'm gonna catch you a little bit later. I need to work out right quick. What do they say? Oh my God, I need to work out too. Oh, I've been working out. Oh, okay, great. So now I'm gonna come back to the conversation, be like, so what are you using? And then from that point on, I can present them with a Spira, right? Or if they say they're struggling with energy, I can be like, hey, we have these natural energy supplements. Or you, because I post a lot about makeup and skincare, so it's, you want to make sure that it's something that you can actually talk to. This is why it helps to connect with people that you have something in common with, okay? And then finally, finally, you guys, you want to follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. Okay. I talk about this a lot with every single body person that I talk to. Okay. I don't know if that made sense, but just know that the fortune is in the follow up. So when I first thought about joining direct sales 3.5 years ago, right? I'm going to be honest, like I was literally trying to become something else. I wanted to be a wine sales consultant, and that really wasn't a field for me anyway, but that's something that I wanted to do because remember I said I was just trying to get the girls together and have fun. And I spoke to two different ladies at two different companies, and neither one of them followed up until like maybe 3 months after the fact. And at that time, like I already knew that I was going to do something, and so it was literally whoever came first was who I was going to go with. And it took them like 3 months. So by that time, I had already joined Avon. They were like, hey, are you available? Like, no, leave me alone. I'm done. I'm having fun over here. I'm having some success. So you just want to make sure that you're constantly following up. It's not their job to follow up with you, it's your job to follow up with them. So if you're speaking to them and let's say you send them your digital business card, or let's say you send them a website link to a certain product, right? Ask them when will they have time to review it because you just want to check back with them to see if they have questions and get that time and then you check back with them. If you did not get a time, that is okay, you guys. Set a rule of thumb. After 2 days, check back with them. Okay? So now let's talk about a little bit of social media here. So each social media platform is different, okay? So this counts for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. What is the other one? I know I'm forgetting something. Anyway, so with that being said, you have to be very knowledgeable about the actual rules and the etiquette and how to maximize the social media platform for your business. So with Facebook and Instagram, you guys, you want to post no more than 1 to 3 times per day. Now, if you were struggling and you thought that you had to post every single hour and you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to post every single hour, good. We just solved that problem. So, if you are also one of those type of people where you just got something to say, like you're very vocal, you're very opinionated, right? Instead of actually uploading a post every 10 to 15, 20 minutes or so, take that to stories, okay? With the story, it does not affect your algorithm. It actually strengthens your algorithm because now more people can actually see your post because it's going to be at the top of their news feed when they log into Facebook. So it's going to give you like a highlight, pretty much like you're in the spotlight. And then they can actually comment on it. And when they comment on it, it goes straight to your inbox. And when it goes straight to your inbox, boom, guess what? Initiate that conversation or keep that conversation going, but it does not affect your actual algorithm. Whereas posting 10 times per day does. All right. Now, with that being said, the optimal times to post on weekdays are between 8 a.m. when people are just getting up and getting ready to go to work and 9 p.m. So for me personally, it's somewhere close to like 7:30 to 8 or whatever. And then it's around noontime because people are at lunch and they're eating and they're bored, so they're playing on their phone. And then right before like they're getting ready to wind down. So sometime like between 7 and 9. On the weekends, though, most people wake up later. So, with that being said, it seems like any time after 11 a.m. is a good time to post. Now, as I said before, most social media platforms have algorithms. With Facebook, you guys, give it 5 to 7 hours between posts. You don't want to constantly post, you guys, because what's happening is your posts are actually competing with each other. So when somebody logs into Facebook, right, it wants to give them a variety of what their friends are posting. It does not want you to actually monopolize their whole news feed. So now what Facebook is trying to figure out is which one of your posts is the most important. And that's the one that's going to show to your friend. Another thing, is use your website link sparingly, right? You don't want to post it with every single post. There are some haters out there. I'm just gonna put it out there. There's some haters out there. So some people like, oh, she over there making money. I don't want to see her making money. So they're gonna mark it as spam. Okay. And I've seen this happen 2 years ago with Avon, where the link got Avon's link got marked as spam so many times that literally Facebook refused to display the link again, and Avon had to go through this long process of having them repeal that decision. And just recently, it happened with another company. It works. So because people like social media is a platform to be social. It's not sales media. Okay. So remember that. I should have put that on this website somewhere. Social media, social. That's the key word. That's the operative word here. Is social, right? You want to be social with your friends. Okay. Regardless of if you know them, technically they're your friend on Facebook. So you want to be social. It's not sales media. This is not a sales ad place. This is not an advertising actual platform. So with that being said, you want to be social. And so many people, right, they were jumping into these different opportunities, and all they were doing was just posting in their link. And people that aren't interested in buying, people who are not, who just have a different view, right? They reported it for spam, and they felt pretty doggone good for reporting it for spam. So you don't want to do that. Now, as I said, you want to use it sparingly. Honestly, I like using it more in a group where it's a private setting and you know these people and you talk to these people, because some people would just add you as a friend, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but they just add you as a friend to be nosy, or they just add you as a friend. So anyway, on the post that you choose to include your link, you want to include an actual picture, you guys, not the picture that's generated by the website. So let's just say you go on Facebook right now and you type in www.yahoo.com and it will pull an image from Yahoo. Those type of posts actually have decreased engagement because it doesn't have the same reach. So you want to actually include a photo and then the actual link. If you need help with this, just let me know. Now, this is what I want you to remember. Be fun, be personable, and be engaging, okay? Remember, this is your personal brand, your personal business, okay? So keep it fun, keep it uplifting, keep it positive, right? Keep it spunky. Nobody likes ads, and no one likes a used car salesman, right? Nobody wants to feel so like, what's the point of going on your Facebook if all you're doing is selling? Like, then pretty much you know what people do? Oh, when I'm interested, I'll come see what she's talking about. And if they're never interested, then they just never ever come back. So you want to keep it fun. You want to keep it personal. You want to keep it engaging. And when you do talk about your business, right, tie that into your personal life. So that way it's not just about the products, but that way you can, even if they're not interested, they're still engaged. So limit negativity and drama, right? If you walk into the bank and the teller is complaining about how they've been robbed or taken advantage of, or how, the customers are just garbage, are you really going to deposit your money there? This is how you need to start looking at your social media platform. Your social media platform is your storefront. It's your bank. It's where people are coming to deposit money with you. So if it's negative, if it's constantly filled with drama, are you willing to invest your money in that bank? That's how you need to start thinking from this point on, right? So a lot of times, as I talked about before, the 3 E's: educate, entertain, and empower. I do like a little mental checklist. Does that post do either of those things? If it doesn't, you guys, I don't post it. Simple as that, right? Like if I really need to vent and get something off my chest, I'm going to hit somebody up in a personal setting and not the public setting. Now, let's just talk about your personal branding for a second, because it is so important to realize that you are not Avon. You're not paparazzi. You're not It Works. You are not uh, whatever other company is out there. Couldn't think, drew a blank. Ooh. So you are you, regardless of the company. You are you before the company, you are you during the company, and it just so happens that you decide to launch your own business and it conflicts with Avon, because I know you guys want to stay forever, but you're going to be you without the company. So that's something to remember. So many people get headstrong on this, where they start changing their name. You look up and it's like so and so Avon. I'm like, wait a minute, what? When did that happen on your birth certificate? No, you are you. Okay, so it is very important, right? Avon already has their brand. They paid millions for it. So now what you need to start doing is working on your personal brand. And don't think of this as something just highly technical and super difficult, okay? Your personal brand is simply how you want people to describe you in your absence. You already have a personal brand, y'all. So think about when your family member or someone is trying to describe you to somebody else. They're like, oh yeah, she crazy. Oh yeah, she like to do hair. Oh yeah, she got this big thing for B2K, right? This is simply what a personal brand is. It's how people will describe you in your absence, right? So this is also why you want to limit drama and negativity, because you don't want people talking behind your back like, oh, she always got something going on. She always complaining about something, right? That's how they're gonna talk about you. Okay, so you just want to make sure you just tidy that up a little bit. And now, trust me, I know we all go through it. I've been through it. But when you're talking about a business, you don't want your business to be associated with drama and negativity, because that's stopping your bag. So think about it. Who are you? What are you passionate about? What interests do you have? What motivates you? What are your goals? What do you like to talk about? Who do you like to be with? What are the type of people that you like to surround yourself with? How can you help them? Okay? Then pick 1 to 3 things or products or categories that you like from Avon and incorporate them in your personal brand and story. So, example of this, you guys. I love makeup, I love skincare. So, just recently, I did one of the silliest things where it's not, I'm laughing because it's really not funny. I'm laughing because now I'm like, oh, now I got to buy a brand new moisturizer. So, anyway, on Facebook, I told a story about how I had just worked out, because you guys know I was talking about working out too. Look at that. Look, you see how I'm tying everything into my personal brand as well as the Avon products? Boom. All right, that's where the money is, y'all. So you incorporate it into your personal lifestyle, because facts tell, but stories sell. So anyway, so on my Facebook, I'm talking about how I just finished working out. I went to go wash my face, and I put the moisturizer at the end of the sink, and somehow my elbow or my arm hit it. It dropped, it fell. And I went on to say, like, well, at least my floor has reduced pores and is shine free, because that's what the moisturizer does. But do you see how I kind of like just tied in like what I'm interested in? I'm interested in skincare. I sell skincare, but I just use that in a personal story. And guess what? People are going to remember that personal story, you guys. Like, I have people come to me or message me, and they're always talking about something that I made a story about. And it's not like this long, in-depth story where it doesn't have to end with the words in the end or they lived happily ever after. But it's just me sharing my personal story and my personal life with people. And I'm very selective. Like, I'm not going to talk about every single thing that I've done. I'm not going to talk about every single thing that happens to me. But when it comes to my business, yes, if I can incorporate something that happened to me in my life and incorporate my business with it, you doggone right, I'm gonna post it. Because guess what? Now somebody looking at it like, oh, her moisturizer reduces shine. Oh, her moisturizer reduces the look of pores. Guess what? They're gonna be wondering, what did I use? And that's how I get people coming to me. Okay. Okay, and so before we actually go into the live demonstration of me practicing the daily method of operation, I just want to let you know some things that I'm going to be looking at when I'm doing this, okay? So these are the rules for accepting and or requesting new friends. You want to make sure that you can truly connect with them, so always look at their actual Facebook page, you guys, or whatever social media platform you're on. You always want to look at their page. If you cannot connect with them, do not add them. When I first started to network and grow and expand, I had connected with a lot of mean-spirited people. I had connected with a lot of closed-minded people, and because I really wasn't paying attention, I was like, "Oh, okay, we just gonna connect, right?" I'm thinking I'm gonna try to convince them to buy some Avon, and whole time they hate people just simply for being born. So I was like, "Oh, that's not gonna work." So you always want to make sure that you're looking at their profile. If somebody sends you a friend request, message them first. Like, some people are just sending friend requests because they're trying to sell you something. And you'll be surprised by the amount of people who don't actually look at your message, or the people who see your message and don't respond, just because they were adding you solely to sell you something in the first place. So you want to make sure that if they are actually sending you a friend request, send them a message back and see if they respond. If they don't respond, you don't have no reason to add them, because obviously they're not interested in talking to you. They just want to talk at you, okay? So check out their profile. Are they active? Do they speak English? I say that, you guys, not even as a joke, but I've seen some non-English speakers request me as a friend and find out that they got like we have mutual friends. I'm like, I know that you don't speak that language, so why are you their friend? You want to make sure that they also have a picture of them, right? Not a picture of a cat, not a picture of a dog, not a picture just them hiding behind something, not just their kids. What do they look like? They know what you look like. What do they look like? As I said before, we want to look at, do they keep drama or negativity? How you going to build with somebody that's constantly looking for a way to break down? Now, once you are connected, you guys, begin building those relationships, okay? You can either comment on a post. You can reply to their story if they're using the stories feature in Instagram or Facebook. You can reply to their story, and this goes directly to their inbox. Or you can send them a message about something that really resonated with you, or you can compliment them. I don't know why I put comment on the slide, but I just realized that, and we're like almost done. So it's compliment, you guys. All right. And then one last thing that I like to do, right? And this is so I can prioritize and order my friends so that way I can keep in contact with certain people, is I use the friends list feature on Facebook, okay? So when I get a new friend, I put them in a new list. So I got one for January just so I can make sure that all of the people that I connected to in January I've been speaking to, okay? Like I said, I made the mistake in the past of adding people and never ever speaking to them. Like literally looking up and realizing we have been connected for a year and a half and I had never spoken to them. So I'm going to live and I'm going to learn and I'm going to learn from that mistake and I'm going to operate moving forward differently, okay? So those are my tips. I'm actually going to do a screen share. Is that what we're doing here? Where I'm actually going to show you exactly me connecting with people. And also like following these daily methods of operation, you guys, by the end of each and every single month, you should have a minimum of 60 new people to talk to about your business. How awesome is that, right? 60 new people that you can talk to about your business. So if your complaint is that you don't have friends or your friends don't support you, boom, we just solved that issue, you guys. So like for example, it's January. There's 31 days in this month, right? Okay. So five, five. Okay. I probably should have did the math before then. But if my math is correct, that's somewhere between 155 friend requests that I will send out for the month of January. And my hope and my goal is that half of the people will actually accept them. And this is why you also want to make sure that your profile is uplifting and is positive, right? Like people don't like connecting with negativity. Negativity begets negativity, right? Like what is it? The misery loves company. So when your profile is like standing out, when your profile is positive and uplifting, people are more likely to actually connect with you. So by the end of January, I'm hoping for 75 new friends, right? And then for February, it's only 28 months. I am not going to do that math, okay? Um, but I'm still going to set a goal of like somewhere between 60 new friends. So look at that, 60 new people to talk to about my business. And this is how you continue to grow. And of course, as you become an active member in groups or on Facebook pages and things like that, people are also going to be sending you friend requests. So let's go ahead and just hop into this screen share. And if you guys have any questions, do not ever hesitate to ask. You guys, I sent an email before about this Facebook Messenger group that we're doing with the new team members. If you want to join in, we're doing all like just talking about building in general. So it's not just solely for online, but it's also face-to-face relationships as well. So if you want to join that, be sure to join that. All right. So just as a reminder, the DMO, right? So other than your personal development, you want to make sure that you create a post, right? Then you want to add 5 people, talk to 5 people, present to 3 people. All right. So, and of course, she wants to follow up. I am not going to do a post right now because I already had a post going on in my Facebook group. And remember, I am thinking about the algorithm, so I'm probably going to wait till about 6 or 7 o'clock tonight to actually make my post. So with that being said, I am, however, going to do the add 5 people as well as start conversations with 5 people. All right. Now, also a cool little neat trick or whatever is you see how this post is at the very top of my news feed, even though it was from an hour ago, but you see the star, is you can go to a certain person's profile and you can go to select to see first. So I'm going to show you how that works. Why have I done that for certain people is I want to make sure that I'm keeping up with certain news. I'm making sure that I'm keeping up with certain people that inspire me and people that I can learn from. So as you see, you'll also see entrepreneur. They have the little star. I wanted to see their post first because of course they have a lot of helpful information. All right. I also do this as well for new people that I am looking to connect with, and I want to make sure, like, if I really like this person, I see that they're so dope and whatever, and I just want to really grow that relationship. So let me just go to her profile right quick, and I'm going to show you how you can go to see first as well as put them on a certain list. So you want to go down to your friends. Click friends, da 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 da. My tablet is moving a little bit slow. All right. All right. So you can add to, you see where it says add to another list. And so this way you can keep, like you can just add and keep contact. So as you see, this is actually a family member. It's also a customer. Boom, boom, boom. Remember I told you I started out with just my what is it, cold market, but as you see, my family is coming around. So that's why you put them on a list, so that way you can communicate directly with them, and you can also, because I do have certain messages that go out just to my customers, like thank you guys so much, I love you, or certain sales and deals. And then also if you want to put see first, so you go to following for see first, and if you want to put the person on the list, you would go to friends, and then you would go to add to another list. So now let's go back to this discover feature that I was talking about and how you can find new friends. So on the left hand side, and I am using the tablet, which is like a computer, honestly. Okay, you want to click where you see that it says see more. Alrighty, come on, baby. I don't know why my internet is like acting so slow. Come on, Comcast. We only got you for the internet. All right, so you see where it says discover people. So now you go to discover people. And remember, like I said, on an Android, you can do this as well. On an Android, it will be like the part where you can go to most recent, and then right underneath that, you'll see where it says discover. So now you can go through your friends. Honestly, I don't. I like whatever. Like I just want to make sure that I'm connecting with people that I truly like. And for some reason, it's not like showing me the groups right now. It's just showing me these are my newest friends. Like literally they just accepted my friend request in like the last day. So I'm guessing that's why they're showing up. But usually Facebook will also have groups. So I'm gonna show you how you get the groups. But as you see, it says people with things in common based on your info. And as you see, there's people with several different mutual friends, mutual thing in common, including Chicago. So she's actually in Chicago. And you guys, I'm very particular with who I actually add or send. I talk a lot about makeup and skincare, therefore I do not add men, okay? Like I don't add men at all. Okay, so boom, here we go. Discover members of the ordinary. This is actually a makeup group. So yes, I want to connect with makeup lovers because I sell makeup, right? This is what I promote. So let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, Siobhan, girl, look at you with the little profile pitch with the with the video. All right, and we got 21 mutual friends. So now what I like to do, you guys, is I just open these all up in a different window. If you are not using a computer, oh, wait a minute, hold on, let me do it this way. If you're not using a computer or whatever, you can also, this is why I like the discover feature, is you can still use your phone for this. So now from the desktop or whatever, right, I can actually literally just go through and scroll. And her last post was from 15 hours ago. So this lets me know that she is active. When I'm looking for people, I want to make sure that they're posting in the last week. If they're not active, oh, she's pretty, I'm going to add her. So if they're not active or whatever, I have absolutely no reason to want to, and I'm going to love her post just because I think she's gorgeous. Hey, I don't mind complimenting another woman. So then I'm just going to go to add friend. All right, boom. So as you see, I just got one out the way. So now I'm just going to scroll again. Let's see what Miss Tina talking about. Okay, her last post was 3 hours ago. Okay, so she is active as well. Let me check her content. See what she's sharing a lot of other people's stuff. Let me see, can I actually communicate with her? Guys, you repost this for me and make sure to tag me in it. I would love to. Braid and levels, so we're doing some braiding stuff. Okay. Um, I don't know. I'm not. Nothing screams out to me. Like it's all about sharing other stuff, and I don't know if we could actually connect with each other. So I'm gonna have to pass on that. Sorry, dear. All right. So let's see what Zanea is talking about. So we got 48 mutual friends. She's also in Chicago, and she likes Corporate. Corporate is a comedian here in Chicago. He's so funny. So boom, we already got stuff that we like to talk about. All right. If I can't see you almost every day, I don't want to be with you. What? Um, 5, 4. I'll eat my entire phone. All right, let's see. So literally, this is what I do, right? And you take 15, 20 minutes and you just go through and you look at the profile, see if you can connect with them. And actually, that's my third ad for today, so I only need to do 2 more. And let's see, we got some friends. Her last post, boom, good from November, or I'm sorry, December 21st. So it's been over a month. So she's not active. And you're going to see this. A lot of people switch up. Some people just go, hey, to Instagram, or some people go to Twitter, or some people like, I'm very active on Pinterest. So it's okay. You know, it's going to happen. So let's see here, Kiani. See another one, December 30th, right? This is also why you want to make sure that your posts are public. All of your posts don't have to be public, but you want to make sure that you have some posts that are public. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I just have no mojo. I think she's being a little bit too hard on herself. Let's see here. Okay. So she's a makeup artist and she's even looking for recommendations on concealer. So guess what? Guess who finna come? Yeah, we about to be good friends, my dear. Because I think you're being a little bit too hard on yourself on this picture. So I'm gonna love it because I think that she really did a good job too. And then I'm gonna add her. So boom. Now here's some things we got in common. 73 mutual friends. She also likes Ti. I didn't know that. I told Facebook that I like Ti, but I guess that's true. All right, let's see here. Cuban, Miami. Oh, and something that I also look for, you guys, is the description, like what you put about yourself underneath here. So if it's like just a bunch of negativity or drama, some silly stuff that just makes absolutely no sense, I don't even waste my time. Um, but let's see here. Her last post was October 22nd. And let's go here. And then also with this, you guys, you can look and see what city and state that a lot of people are in. So if you are trying to connect with people locally, boom. And also it helps you make sure that you are connecting with people that you can service. Like as you know, Avon is only available in the US. So it doesn't make any sense to like befriend a bunch of people that's like in Australia, unfortunately. So that is funny. I remember this video. All right. So she talking about food. She did the little cute baby thing. She talks a lot about food. And guess what? I kind of like her already. So I think that she and I could be like kind of cool. So I'm going to add her too. All right. So this is my third person that you guys have just seen me do or send a friend request. Like, let me not say seen me do because that looks a little weird. And so as soon as they accept my friend request, you guys, I literally just go ahead and add them to a list and make sure that I comment on their posts. So this is what I do. I don't know why this tablet is taking so long. Like, I didn't want to see who liked her post. I don't care. All right. So I'm going to like it. That's all that matters. Come on. Boom. All right. And I just like liking their stuff before I send them a friend request, just so they know that I am active and I'm actually looking at their profile. And that's just pretty much it. So then, come on. Why is this? You know what? This tablet don't like me. Okay. Forget it. Let's just see if we can do the regular like. Oh, you just gonna let me regular like it. All right. So then you can add them. And then also one last little thing is as you see, some of the people have follow underneath their or follow as one of the options. this is where you pretty much set your profile to public, right? And so that way people can follow you without being an actual friend. Now, this is a great thing to happen because if you delete somebody's friend request or you choose not to connect with them, they will still follow your public post, not your personal post, but they can see the things that you select to be public. Okay, so let's see if I can go show you real quick how to get that um, the public one right quick. So private is it under privacy? Okay. Let's see, am I missing it? Oh, there we go. Limit the audience for posts you've shared with friends and family or public. So you can actually limit, you see what I'm saying? So people, and then you can set it so that it's public so people can actually just follow. Oh, there we go. Public posts. Boom. I knew it was somewhere on here. So public posts. Who can follow me? And then you can set that to public or you can set it to just friends. So I do have it public, you guys. Not all of my posts are actually public though. So for things that's personal, things that are intimate, I use the friends feature or I use the friends list and I speak directly to that audience. So I'm going to go back right quick and we're just about done, you guys. Because now all I got to do is start initiating my conversation with my friends. So when you go to create an actual post, and you see here where it says newsfeed, and right now it's selected to only me because sometimes I use this just to test out a post or a picture or something. So you can actually check and say, hey, I want this to be public so anybody online or offline can see. I want this just for my friends. I want this for all of my friends except this certain person because that certain person is just nosy and always looking for something to talk about. You can do specific friends. This is where you actually doing the list that I was talking about. So as you see, I have an Avon list and then I also have one for potential recruits. And I think that is just about the gist of it, you guys. But of course, if you have any type of questions, you guys just let me know. And I'd love to go over this with you guys more in depth. Right now, I'm just going to send a quick little invite to my business page. If you guys have a business page or a Facebook group, you want to make sure that you're constantly adding to that group as well. But if you don't, the first thing that you want to do is just start making sure that you are actually adding people and you're connecting with them. So I'm going to go ahead and add some people or invite some people to like my business page so that way they can see the specific business post, and we're just going to keep it like that. And then as I said before, I'm just going to start initiating my conversations. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I can't wait to go over them with you, and if you want to partner directly with me, just let me know. And you guys know I am all ears. Catch you guys on the next one. You have a beautiful day. Okay, you guys, so I just wanted to show you really quickly how you can find the Discover feature on an Android. Remember, I'm using a Samsung Note. So to the right, you see the three little horizontal lines. That is your menu. Ba-deep doop doo. Alrighty. And so you see how I have my groups at the top and my pages. Oh, there we go. So you see how it says most recent. So for those of you that don't know, most recent just shows you the post in chronological order by your friends, because I said Facebook does have an algorithm, so it tries to prioritize people's posts to show you the most recent and the most relevant. However, if you're using most recent, it just goes strictly by the time that they post. All right. So then you can do your groups and then you can do discover people. So I'm going to go to discover people, you all, and bam. All right, so will it do it on here for me? No. Okay, so I'm guessing it's really just going off of all the people that I just added in the last day. But as you can see, it still kind of looks like the desktop version. Okay, still kind of looks like the desktop version. And then of course you can go up here to, why would I accidentally refresh? All right, see all on, okay. There we go. Boom. Okay. And so then you can actually go through like places you lived if you add your city, the schools that you went to, and then you can also go to groups. So I am in quite a few groups. Okay. And this is why it helps to actually be able to, what's that word? It helps to actually be able to
figure out what type of interest you have and figure out what type of things you like to talk about. So as you see, I'm in several groups for makeup. I'm in groups for skincare. I've been recently added to health and wellness groups. And then just a few little nerdy type of groups because I am a little bit of a nerd. But you just figure out what it is that you like to talk about. So if you have kids, you guys, if you have kids, if you live in the suburbs, if you like to sew, if you like to knit, if you like to cook, if you like to eat, there are groups just for foodies, okay? If you like to blog, if you like a certain TV show, I am in Walking Dead groups, okay? So figure out what it is that you like and you join those actual groups. And then from that point on, you can just go to the group list and go to members, or you can use this discover feature, which honestly, I prefer the discover feature now. But you can go and literally just find new people to connect with, right? And so look at this. And you can just scroll and see what you got in common. Look, things you have in common. We got 5 friends in common. They like Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart, as well as 29 other pages, right? And those are things that I like. She also recently posted within the last hour, and I can click on her profile to see more specifically. It even shows me what type of groups that she's in. And I just always make sure that I am connecting with people. And one last final tip, you guys, because remember I said you want to initiate conversations with people. I like to use the birthday feature. So every day Facebook is going to tell you that it's a friend's birthday. Instead of just writing on their wall, yes, I know it's dangerous temperatures. I get it. I get it. I get it. Instead of just writing on their wall and saying happy birthday, I like to private message them. But one thing that I always, because that's going to help you stand out from everybody else. But one thing that I always do, you guys, is I check to see when they were last active. Okay. So because I do have quite a few friends, I've got over 2,000 friends. So I don't necessarily see everybody's post. So if they left Facebook a year ago or something like that, I send them a message to check in on them like, hey, you haven't posted in a while. Are you still available, right? And if they don't respond, I just remove them because they're hurting my algorithm. They're not responding to my post. And the way Facebook sees it, if your friends are responding to your post, it pushes your post up for more people to see it. If friends aren't responding to your post, it keeps your post down low. So if they're not responding to the post and they're also not on Facebook, then I just kindly remove them. So that is my last tip for today. Like you guys know, I'm very, very active when it comes to social media, and I'm very, very passionate about helping people. So if you need help figuring out your personal brand, if you need help even trying to figure out what groups you should join and the messages that you should be creating to bring people into you, just let me know, and together you and I can work hands-on, one-on-one with each other. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not part of the team, but you like, girl, I love Avon and I want to make some extra money, go ahead and go to my digital business card, which is beautybosswins.com. It's going to be in the actual description as well. But go ahead and click on it. You can see a current brochure and also learn more about becoming an Avon representative and seeing how you can earn additional money from home. Catch you guys later.